Hey y'all. So, wow. Oh my goodness. It has been a day. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. As you see the title of this video. Okay. Wow. I don't even, well, I'm speechless. And I wanted to come on here because I think it's worthy of being shared. Definitely worthy because, huh, yeah, I don't. Okay, so let me start with the story. A couple weeks ago, I had a replacement on my sleep machine, the CPAP thing, right? Probably wondering, okay, so where does this connect? Okay, so I was trying to get it returned. I don't, it's FedEx, and I was really working on trying to get this thing returned and didn't know where to take it. So I'm like, I don't know what to do with this thing. I can't get it picked up because I don't have the tracking number. And I'm like, okay, well, let me Google here and find a Dropbox, right? Maybe I can get my aide to take it or I can just take it, you know? So I found one really close to where I live. And I'm like, well, I can just take this. This is easy. So I find the Dropbox and I'm like, all right, well, I've never actually dropped off something at the Dropbox. So I'm like, it's a nice day. It's going to rain later, but it's nice right now. I could just go down and see if I can drop it off. I want to try before I ask for help. So I'm on my way to drop off this box. And I'm like, Lord, I don't know if I'll be able to do this, but would you help me find out? Like, would you help me? Would you provide someone to be able to help me if I'm not able to drop off the box? That's all I need. Like, just someone that will be there. I don't know, but if I can't do it, I'd like some help. So I'm coming up on this Dropbox and I'm like, yeah, this looks like it's going to be really challenging. I don't know if I can pull down the door, the flap to put the box in. And as soon as I get to the Dropbox, there's these two ladies that are walking across the street. And I'm like, oh, wow. Huh. That's cool, Lord. You provided, and that's awesome. So I asked them if they would help me, and they put the box in, and I'm like, cool, that's what's up. Thanks, Lord. I knew you had me. That's awesome. Sweet. So I'm like, hey, it's still nice out. It looks like the rain is holding off a little bit. I'm gonna go and get some lunch. I'm like, I'm gonna go get lunch because I haven't eaten out in a while. And I got lunch or I went to go there and I also was like, there's this woman that, I want to talk to. So anyway, so I'm like on my way there. I'm at this stop, like the stoplight, and I press the button to cross. I'm waiting on the walk sign or the roll sign. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, I see all cars are stopped. I'm gonna go. So I am in the crosswalk, like really in. And this elderly lady, she's looking left because she's turning right. And most people tend to do that. However, most people will also, well, good drivers will look to the right again. Instead, she continues looking left. She's probably in her 80s, and I'm going to say this because I think it's plausible. She also had very, very dark sunglasses on, where, when you go to the eye doctor, that they give you these really like dark glasses if they drop eye drops in your eyes. She had a pair on that dark. So I'm like, okay, wait. Oh, this was after the fact. Okay. So let me tell you, I'm in the middle of the crosswalk and she's driving a Mini Cooper, blue, my favorite color. And she turns and hits me. And I'm sliding sideways. Like she's like going slow and still pushing me in my chair, like sideways. She pushes me enough that her car is outside of the crosswalk. So I'm like she's cleared the crosswalk. Okay, maybe not completely. Her I would say the rear end of her car was barely outside the crosswalk. Okay, because I don't want to overly exaggerate. But she pushed me that far outside of the crosswalk. Thankfully, there were cars blowing their horns, and there was another lady that was about to cross, like she was a little bit behind me, and so she was crossing, about to cross as well, and she like beats on this woman's car, like like the window, and has her stop. And I do like this. I don't know if all people with my condition do this, but I tend to do it whenever there's something that I think happened. I kind of like wiggle. I do like a full body scan where I'm like wiggling to make sure nothing's broken or anything like that. And so I do the wiggle. And I'm like, huh, wow, nothing's broken. Yeah, nothing at all. Like, and I felt the impact and I felt like my body like go sideways when she hit me. And like I'm serious. Like she like was pushing my wheelchair sideways, and I'm a little shaken up. I mean, you would think that I would be more shaken up by it, but no, I'm a little shaken up. She was probably more shaken up than I was. And so I go around to the side of her car. I was like, "Hey, I'm fine. I'm good. It's okay. It's all right." And because I was in the middle of the road, I got out of the road. But uh, there were people that saw it. Like everyone was out in the streets. Like they were like, "Hey, are you okay, man?" And I was like, "Yep, I am great. I'm probably gonna go home and decompress because I need to." But yeah, so I think that was a really cool thing to come on here and share with you guys because what I shared yesterday was off the cuff with relying on the Lord is like a belief system for me. Okay, y'all, this was real, like live, like in action, relying on the Lord. And I don't know that a lot of people will see it this way as a joyous thing. I mean, they'll be happy that I'm okay. They'll have tons of questions, I'm sure. But this is so cool. Like, this was another instance of the Lord protecting me. And I'm cool. Like I'm good. I could tell like a little bit like my like some muscles are a little pulled in my ribs, but not really enough to like irritate me. I can just tell it's almost like if I were to do a bunch of sit-ups and I'm like really sore. But no, I'm like I'm fine. It was emotionally tiring. So I ended up going to get lunch. A friend called me because he lives on that same street, and he was like, "Yo, bro, what are you up to?" And I was like, "I'm about to get lunch." "Oh yeah, I just got hit by a car." And he was like, "Are you serious?" He was like, I heard all these horns blowing, and then I see you out in the street talking to some woman." She's like in her 80s or whatever. And I was like, "Yep, that was me, bro. You want to do lunch?" And so we got lunch. I ended up seeing the girl there too, so that was cool. Um, that was nice. The nice little ending to it all. But yeah. um, wow, God is so good. And my experience with things like that, I tell you these things in hopes that it encourages you, no matter where you are in life, no matter what you're going through, whatever it is. I would hope that you can look to stories like this. Like, okay, so today was a little bit of a tiring day, a little emotional. And I'm like, okay, maybe if I get out and about, maybe this will be good. So I'm like, all right, well, this is really the Lord telling me that He's got me. And or that's how I understand it anyway. Um, so yeah, I hope you are encouraged by this. Drop me a message, a comment, something. Um, if you're encouraged by this, let me know. All right. Hope you have a great rest of the weekend. I am probably going to go to bed because I am mentally and emotionally tired. But I will respond to any comments, any messages as soon as I get back around to it. But I hope y'all have a great night. I know I am. Like, I'm super excited for God's goodness, and the way that He takes care of me is so cool. So, yeah, another thing that I can look back toward to and see God's goodness and His hand in my life. So, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see y'all soon.